My child, listen to me. Before your mind drifts into another thought, before the weight of this day pulls you away again, I need your heart for a moment. I am speaking to you in a way I have carefully prepared since before you ever took your first breath. You are not here by chance. You are not reading these words by coincidence. This moment was shaped long before you understood time itself. I have been near you longer than you realize. In the silence when you felt alone, I was there. In the nights your thoughts would not calm down, I was there. In the moments you smiled while your heart was breaking, I was there too. I have never stopped reaching for you. Not once. Even when you walked in directions that hurt you, I stayed close. Even when you stopped listening, I kept speaking. Even when you doubted I cared, I never withdrew my love. And now, I am speaking to you again in this very moment because something in your life is shifting. Something you can feel but cannot fully explain. A turning point is before you. Not tomorrow. Not someday. Now. I am not speaking to you to scare you. I am speaking to awaken what has been sleeping inside your spirit for too long. There is something in you that remembers me, even if your mind has tried to forget. I know the weight you've been carrying. I see the thoughts you don't tell anyone about. I see the pressure you hide behind your smile. I see the nights you lie awake replaying everything you wish you could change. And I see how tired you are of pretending you are fine. My child, you were never meant to carry life alone like this. Never. There is a heaviness on you that did not come from me. It came from fear, from disappointment, from wounds that were never healed, from battles you fought in silence. But hear me clearly. You are not broken beyond repair. You are not forgotten. And you are not too far gone. I know there are parts of your story you wish you could erase. Moments you replay in regret. Words you wish you never said. Decisions you wish you could undo. But I am not looking at you through your past. I am calling you into your future. And your future is not defined by what hurt you. It is defined by what I am about to restore. Stay with me, do not drift away. Because I need you to understand something very deeply. I did not come to improve your life. I came to transform it. There is a peace you have not yet experienced. A kind of peace that does not depend on circumstances. A joy that does not collapse when life gets hard. A strength that holds you when you have nothing left to give. And it is closer than you think. But there is something I must ask of you. You cannot step into new life while holding on to everything that has been destroying you. I know you've tried to fix things on your own. I know you've tried to be stronger, better, different. But some battles were never meant to be carried alone. That is why I am here. Not to watch you struggle, but to carry you through what you cannot carry yourself. My child, I have seen every tear you never showed anyone. I have heard every silent prayer you were too afraid to speak out loud. I have been in the room when you felt completely unseen, and I never left you in those moments. Never. There is something I need you to hear very clearly today. You are not overlooked. You are not abandoned. You are deeply known and deeply loved. And even now, as you are reading this, I am closer than your next breath. But I will not force my way into your heart. Love never forces. Love invites. So I am inviting you. Come closer. Not when you feel perfect. Not when you feel ready. But now, as you are. Because I can heal what is hurting you, but I will not ignore what you keep hiding from me. There is a path ahead of you that leads to healing, restoration, and a life that feels whole again. But it requires trust. Not perfect trust, just a willing heart. Even if your faith is small. Even if your strength feels gone. Even if all you can do is whisper, "Help me." That is enough for me to begin. I am not asking you to understand everything. I am asking you to take one step toward me. Just one. Because I have already taken every step toward you. And I am still here. Waiting. Reaching. Calling you back to the place where your soul finally breathes again. But hear me, this moment is not ordinary. There is urgency in my voice because there are doors in your life that will not remain open forever. Opportunities for healing, for change, for restoration, they do not wait endlessly. And I do not want you to miss what I have prepared for you. You were created for more than survival. More than exhaustion. More than silent suffering. You were created for life, real life, full life, life with me. And I am not far away from you right now. I am right here. Closer than you think. And I am about to show you something you have been longing for your entire life. But first, you must decide if you will listen. Stay with me. Because what I am about to reveal next will speak directly to the deepest place in your heart. My child, I am still here. Do not let your heart drift away from my voice. Stay with me a little longer, because what I am speaking now is meant to reach the deepest places inside you, the places you stopped letting anyone touch. Even me. I see the walls you built around your heart. Not because you wanted to be distant from me, but because life taught you to protect yourself. You learned from pain. From disappointment. From people who left. From prayers that felt unanswered. So you build walls, quietly, carefully, piece by piece. But hear me. Those walls may have protected you from being hurt again, but they also blocked the healing I was trying to bring. And I did not stop loving you in the middle of those walls. I waited. I waited in your silence. I waited in your confusion. I waited in your exhaustion. Because I was never trying to break you. I was waiting for you to let me in again. My beloved child. You think you have gone too far, but I tell you the truth that never changes. There is no distance that can separate you from my love. Not your mistakes. Not your doubts. Not your fear. Not your past. Nothing. I have seen every place you went trying to find peace apart from me, and I never turned away from you. Even in the places you regret. I was still there, not to condemn you, but to lead you back. Because I am not the voice of shame. I am the voice of restoration. And I am calling you back into wholeness. There is something I need you to understand deeply. What you have been searching for in so many places, peace, identity, healing, love, it was never meant to be scattered across the world. It was always meant to be found in me. And I am not speaking as a distant presence. I am speaking as one who knows every detail of your life. I know the thoughts you fight in silence. I know the fears you never say out loud. I know the memories that still sting when you try to sleep. And I know how often you try to act like you are okay when you are not. You are tired. Not just physically, but deep in your soul. And I am not asking you to pretend anymore. You do not have to impress me. You do not have to hide from me. You do not have to fix yourself before you come closer. Come as you are. Broken if you feel broken. Empty if you feel empty. Confused if you feel lost. Because I do not reject those who come honestly. I restore them. And I want to tell you something that your heart has been longing to hear. You are not too damaged to be healed. You are not too far gone to be restored. You are not forgotten in your struggle. You are still mine. And I am still working in your life even when you cannot see it. Every delay you did not understand, I used it to protect you. Every closed door you cried over, I used it to redirect you. Every season you thought was wasted, I was building something deeper in you. Nothing about your life has been ignored. Not one tear, not one prayer, not one silent moment of pain. I have collected them all, and I am turning them into something you cannot yet imagine. But I need you to hear me clearly now. You are standing in a moment where your response matters. Not because I am distant, but because I am inviting you forward. There is a life I have prepared for you that is lighter than what you are carrying right now. A life where fear does not control your thoughts. A life where shame no longer defines you. A life where peace is not temporary, but constant. But you cannot walk into that life while holding tightly to everything that has been breaking you. I am not asking you to be perfect. I am asking you to surrender what is hurting you. Let me carry what you were never meant to hold alone. Because, my child, you were not created to survive in constant heaviness. You were created to live in freedom. And freedom begins the moment you stop fighting alone. I know you have questions. I know you have doubts. I know there are things in your heart that feel unanswered. But trust me, I am not finished with your story. What feels like delay is not denial. What feels like silence is not absence. What feels like loss is not the end. I am still writing. I am still building. I am still leading you. And I am closer to your breakthrough than you realize. But I will not force you. Love does not force. So I am speaking gently, but also clearly. Come closer. Let me in again. Let me heal what you stopped showing anyone. Let me rebuild what life tried to destroy. Because I am not just offering you comfort. I am offering you transformation. And if you take my hand, even now, I will begin a work in your life that will change everything you thought was permanent. Fear will lose its grip. Pain will lose its authority. And hope will rise again in places you thought were dead. But you must decide. Not later. Not someday. Now. Stay with me, because there is still more I need to place in your heart before this moment ends. My child, listen to me one last time in this moment. Do not let your thoughts pull you away. Do not let doubt silence what I am speaking into your heart. Because what I am about to tell you is the truth your soul has been waiting for far longer than you realize. You are still here for a reason. Yes, even after everything. Even after the moments you felt like giving up. Even after the nights you thought you would not make it through. Even after the prayers you whispered with no strength left in you. You are still here, because I have never stopped holding your life together. There were days you thought you were walking alone, but I was the strength in your steps. There were nights you thought everything was falling apart, but I was the one holding it together in ways you could not see. And there were moments when you almost broke completely, but I carried what you could not carry. My beloved child, you have survived more than you give yourself credit for. But survival was never your destination. I did not bring you this far just to leave you in survival. I brought you here to lead you into restoration. Now hear me clearly. I am not looking at your past the way you look at it. I am not counting your failures. I am not replaying your mistakes. I am looking at what I placed inside you before the world ever touched you. There is something in you that pain could not destroy. Something in you that fear could not erase. Something in you that I still call by name. Purpose. And it is still alive. Even if you feel empty. Even if you feel lost. Even if you feel like nothing is changing. I am still working. But I need you to understand something deeply. You cannot walk into what I have prepared for you while still holding on to what has been hurting you. Not because I am demanding, but because I am protecting you. There are things you have carried for too long. Pain you have normalized. Fear you have learned to live with. Wounds you have stopped expecting to heal. But I am here to break that cycle. Not with force, but with love that restores. My child, you have been trying to fix things in your own strength for so long. But some things were never meant to be fixed by human effort alone. They were meant to be healed in my presence. And I am here. Right here. Closer than you are. Eli's. I am not waiting for you to become someone else. I am waiting for you to come as you are. Because I do not love a future version of you more than I love the one reading this right now. I love you fully. Completely. Without condition. And I am not ashamed of your broken places. I am not afraid of your past. I am not surprised by your struggles. I already knew them, and I still chose you. Now I am calling you forward. There is a shift happening in your life. Even if you cannot see it yet. Even if it feels slow. Even if it feels like nothing is changing. Something is moving. Something is breaking open. Something is aligning. And I want you to be ready for it. Because I am about to lead you into a season where what was heavy begins to lift. Where what was confusing begins to make sense. Where what was painful begins to transform into testimony. But you must trust me. Not halfway. Not conditionally. Completely. I am not asking for perfection. I am asking for surrender. Give me your fear. Give me your exhaustion. Give me your hidden pain. Give me the parts of your life you stopped praying about. And I will do what only I can do. I will restore what was broken. I will rebuild what was lost. I will breathe life into what felt dead. And I will walk with you every single step forward. You will not walk alone again. Not the way you did before. Because when you say yes to me, you are not stepping into religion. You are stepping into relationship. Into presence. Into healing. Into real peace. And I promise you, it is not far away. It is here. Now. But I will not force you through the door. I am standing at it with open arms. Waiting. Calling. Loving you still. And the question remains the same. Will you come? Will you let me heal you? Will you let me lead you? Will you let me give you the life you were created for? My child, I have tried everything to reach you. And now I end with this truth placed gently in your heart. You were never abandoned. You were never forgotten. You were never too far gone. You are mine. And my love for you will never change. Come home. And you will find everything you have been searching for has been waiting for you all along.